What is up, guys? It is Anton White here. This is day 67 of no sugar consumption. Today's video is going to be about no turning back after quitting an addiction. Now, I say that because most part of me starting this whole no sugar consumption series, I remember one day where I had like this pecan pie that I used to love eating and stuff because before I used to love eating a lot of sweets. Not only sweets I eat are like protein bars with like little to no, very little sugar in it. But before that, I used to eat like stuff like pecan pies, and I remember having like a half-eaten pecan pie and just throwing it away, telling myself, um, I'm no longer eating sugary snacks, sugary pies and stuff, sugary cakes, and I just threw it in the trash and stuff. That was the day where I made the decision that I was gonna quit eating sugar and never look back. And that's what you gotta tell yourself whenever you're trying to quit an addiction, that there's that there's no turning back. Like once you quit the addiction, you don't go back because it's just because once you start to go back, then you start to mess up the process of like trying to quit that addiction in the first place. And I know it's difficult for a lot of people because you know they've been doing that addiction for like quite a while, and they tell themselves they're gonna quit, but then they go right back to it. And I've been there a couple of times. Luckily, with certain addictions that I had, I was able to tell myself I'm not going back, and it actually stayed like that. That's how I was able to go a whole 8 months without consuming sugar, and it feels good. It really does because when you quit something for a while, you'll start to come to the realization that was never good for you in the first place. That whatever your addiction was, whatever you were consuming, whether it was consuming a lot of sugar, consuming a lot of junk food, uh, or it doesn't even just have to be about food. It could be like vaping, smoking, alcohol. Once you quit it for a while, you'll start to like regret doing it. You'll start to like come to the realization that why was I consuming this the whole time? You'll start to realize that this has not helped at all. So once you come to that realization, your life will be a lot better because you'll be addiction free. And it's always a blessing to be addiction free, especially with in this world where everybody's addicted to something, and it's a lot of people who have very strong addictions. Luckily, when I had an addiction, it wasn't like a strong addiction, but it was like still bad. So I was like, okay, I have to cut this out of my life. So with that being said, whenever you're trying to quit, before I end this video, whenever you're trying to quit an addiction, always tell yourself, um, you know, there's no turning back. Don't look back after you quit an addiction, because then it's just gonna mess up the whole process and stuff. So with that being said, this is day 67 of no sugar consumption, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.